Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu in Hyderabad, the Andhra Pradesh Assembly in Hyderabad, stated that we have to look at a capital city now, and it has to be in middle of the state, given the distance and because we are a peculiarly long state. And back then, Bharatiya Janata Party and Telugudesam Party were together. We agreed to it. Janasena Chief Pawanji agreed to it, and the current former Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy also agreed to Amravati as the single and only capital. Specific comments were made that as it is, we are a bifurcated state. I don't want to create problems between different regions. So let's all agree to make Amravati our capital. So with this in the background, farmers came forward. All of you understand, land is a very emotional thing. It is not about money. It is about identity. It is about livelihood. Farmers take that as a lot of pride and prestige. It's a very fertile land, as all of you are aware. It's on banks of the river Krishna. So farmers came forward. In 58 days, 35,000, close to 35,000 acres of land was land pooled. And land pooling was a very, very innovative project where part of the developed land would go back to the farmers, and state would get some, and then the rest would go for the infrastructure. So it was a win-win proposition for the farmers, for the people of Andhra Pradesh. With no money being spent, we were able to pool this kind of land. Then the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji came down. There was delegation from Singapore, Japan, who were doing the master plan of the city, and then we started a journey about building our capital city. 2019 elections were around the corner. Back then, the current former Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy specifically said that Amravati will be the sole capital. We will not relocate. He specifically also stated that I have built a house here, and there's no way I'm going to shift the capital. People of Amravati believed it, and for various other reasons, he got re-elected. He got elected as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh in 2019. 6 months into his tenure, less than 6 months into his tenure, started the entire drama of the three capitals. All of you know three capitals is a failed model globally. And today no one even ventures about doing such thing. That started an entire movement in Amravati and in Andhra Pradesh. These farmers did not come back and say that we want our land back. They said we want our capital. They said we gave our land for the state. We gave our land for the 5 crore Andhrites for their future. So we want capital to be here. We don't want the capital to be moved anywhere. So a lot of emotion was there. You have seen visuals also behind me where farmers, especially women, were protesting peacefully. There was never a law and order issue. They were protesting peacefully. They were dragged with hair in the hands of the police. Pregnant women, were abused. They were beaten up, verbally abused. A lot of people use different words. Women of Amravati were called prostitutes. So they wanted to somehow ensure that this struggle or fight would not go forward. 1600 days, close to 1600 plus days, the farmers, the women fought for their right, their capital. It was not about their land, it was about the capital for the people of Andhra Pradesh. It was very, very unfortunate the way it happened. Women who gave up their land, farmers who gave up their land for the people of Andhra Pradesh were ill-treated. When they would go out, drones would follow them. 144 section was there for 5 years in and around the capital area. And then anyone who wanted to move in the capital area, even the residents had to show their IDs. So people felt humiliated more than anything else. The farmers felt humiliated, the women felt humiliated, but they never gave up their fight, they never gave up their struggle. It was a movement for Andhra Pradesh. 1600 days they fought. And as a political party and as NDA in 2024 election, we went with a clear message that one state, one capital. And we will do decentralized development. This was our single agenda that we have gone to the election. You have seen we have won with a 94% strike rate. Sort of 175 seats, we won 164 seats. In fact, it is people of Visakhapatnam who gave our MP the highest majority, where the so-called executive capital was supposed to come up. So the people of Andhra Pradesh overwhelmingly gave a mandate saying that we are not for three capitals, one state, one capital, and it has to be Amaravati. That was the clear mandate. Now what has happened in the last 20 months is again, it created a lot of confusion and a certain amount of panic in the farmers saying, again we'll have to struggle, this is not right. So under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, we took it upon us. We had a special session to pass a resolution for Amravati to be the sole capital, sole and permanent capital of Andhra Pradesh. We passed it, and thanks to the Honorable Home Minister Amit Bhai, we were able to bring it to Delhi, the bill, and we were able to get through the entire vetting process. And yesterday it was passed in Lok Sabha after debate, and today it got passed in Rajya Sabha. So now this gives a sense of security for all of us, for Andhrites. It's homecoming, because this is our fourth time of going through it. And it's very unfortunate that even after a clear mandate from the people of Andhra Pradesh, yesterday and today, the party that got 6% of the seats still walked out of both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So I would like to thank the citizens of India. They stood by us. They gave us a lot of strength. That's why all the Lok Sabha MPs, and as a minister I was there. We were all in Rajya Sabha, watched the entire session. And when it got passed, all of us stood up, and we expressed our gratitude to the nation, to all the political parties except one that did not support it. Everyone else supported it. So we expressed our gratitude, and it means a lot for us. It's homecoming, and this will definitely put Amravati on a fast track, and all the private investments into Amravati fast track. And as all of you are aware, the Honorable Prime Minister, after India came into power, he came to Amravati, and we did this restart of all the projects. So all the major roads, the Secretariat, the Assembly, the High Court, all the major projects are all restarted. We made a promise that 3 years from the day we did the restart, that the Honorable Prime Minister will come back and open the buildings to be used. And we are sticking to those timelines. But we're equally, if not more, excited about the private sector investments that will come and that will create jobs in Amravati. So I believe that this will give us a greater sense of confidence and trust. And it's a victory for the people of Andhra Pradesh, and more so for the farmers of Amravati, who have sacrificed their land, who struggled a lot, who suffered a lot, and to the families who have also loved their beloved ones while they were doing series of dharnas to ensure that Amravati will remain as the sole capital. So I'd like to thank India for standing with Andhra Pradesh. And today in Rajya Sabha, speakers from all political parties really expressed the solidarity. And they had a very strong message that this is just the beginning of the support to Amravati, and that India will stand by Andhra. And if there's one thing I would like to tell the citizens of India, Andhra is a new bifurcated state in 2014. We started with a 16,000 crore deficit budget. Yes, we do need handholding, no second thoughts about it, but I believe that it's a handholding for one term. And then we will contribute back to India. Mr. Naidu is known for it. He's done it in the past. That's why people have re-elected him back as a Chief Minister. This is now his fourth term. And we will contribute back to the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Vikasit Bharat being a Swarna Andhra Pradesh. So if media has, if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer.
It's been reversed in even the capital was there that bill was passed, and then the three capital formation came, this idea. What's the guarantee that this will not be reversed in future when there is a group majority at the center and the state? Well, that fear is always there, right? Is there any special clause because legislation can be amended anytime?
No, bills can always be amended. However, you need a majority to amend a bill.
Yeah, that's what.
So today,
majority, in future.
Well, that I should leave it to the people of India to decide. Because honestly, there's a lot of emotions that is built around a capital city. And people of Andhra Pradesh have gone through a lot already. So today, all the political parties, except one, have stood by Amravati. And I believe that this will continue. I believe that it will not change. Because everyone has voted for Amravati to be the sole and only capital and permanent capital of this great state of Andhra Pradesh.
Did TDP make special efforts to reach out to opposition parties which are opposition to BJP? Like AAP supported and others?
We reached out to every party. I believe that's the beauty of Indian democracy. Then we explained the nuances of what we are trying to bring. We explained about what we have gone through as a state, what women and farmers, kind of suffering that they had to go through to get to where we are today. And then we requested for their support, and if you've seen it unanimously, we got their support.
So what's been the progress so far as far as Amravati capital is concerned, and how much central fund has come into, and how much more you are expecting in the future?
See, the mandate is very clear from the Honorable Prime Minister is to build a world-class capital city. And today, if you look at it, we will raise both private capital and public capital. As in, there will be private sector investments and there will be government investments that go into Amravati. So the current stage is that close to 50,000 crores worth of works have already been tendered out. And then on a weekly basis, the Honorable Chief Minister himself monitors it. And we intend to finish all these works in the next 2 years before the Honorable Prime Minister comes and, of course, inaugurates everything. So the trunk infrastructure will be done, the core seat capital will be done, the government buildings would all be done. And apart from that, we already have SRM WIT, BITS is opening up a campus, quantum computing campus is getting, we are opening that also. So it's no longer just about a place of government, but then we also see this as a hub for education and also economic activity. So we see this as a driver of economic activity for the great state of Andhra Pradesh.
So by when this fully developed capital you foresee? By end of this term?
Absolutely. By phase 1 will be done by end of our term. No second, this particular term, no second thoughts about it. But then let's also accept one thing. See, a city will always grow. There's only a beginning. There's no end to growth. So cities will organically grow. But the way we have designed Amravati is to be a world-class city. The infrastructure that we have built that we are building is truly world-class. The likes that of what India has not seen. So I believe that it could be a model for how we should go about building new cities.
First of all,
Sorry.
You said that you will build a world-class city. So will you follow the municipal governments? Will there be a third tier of governance, or will you go for a Noida-like development model? Like, will you have a third tier of governance? Like the municipal elections will you have regularly, which our Indian cities do not have? So what is your model here?
See, right now, they are all historically panchayats. So the entire process got disturbed because of the single capital to 3 capitals, and now, of course, back to getting a bill passed in the parliament. So now we'll start working on the governance structure. So honestly, it requires greater discussion and debate, and look at a structure that will enable us to capture the voice of our farmers, because they are one of the most important stakeholders in their entire ecosystem. And parallelly, we will build a governance framework that will enable us to sort of deliver our developmental aspirations.
So, first of all, many congratulations to you. When Jagan Mohan Reddy floated this idea of 3 capitals of Andhra Pradesh, the argument which he gave was the distribution of geography. That's why he gave this idea. So how would you counter that when you say that when you have a three capital, there will be development in all these areas and around that?
See, when you have three capitals, what's guaranteed is cost of governance will go up. Because there will be legal issues where principal secretaries or commissioners will have to attend. Imagine in a three capital setup, from Amravati they need to go to another city. Right, and then if you have a legislative capital in Amravati and executive capital in Visakhapatnam, whenever there is an assembly, then everyone has to move towards Amravati. Just the cost of governance would just go up and be so prohibitive. To develop, all you need is a mindset. Today, if you look at it, after this government came, and our stand is very clear, one state, one capital, decentralized development. Where is Google going? Visakhapatnam. Where is the ArcelorMittal project coming south of Visakhapatnam? Anakapalli, one of India's largest steel plant. A lot of investments now have come to Rayalaseema region. Kia historically was already there when in our third term as government, we did that. We got Kia to Anantapur. Few more companies have now come. A lot of food processing companies have come. A lot of cement companies are now coming up in that ecosystem. So we have always been very clear that we want to build 22 clusters across very thematically. So drone city, a space city, a glass city, a renewable energy ecosystem. So we AC manufacturing. So we're very focused. We have 22 clusters that's getting built out. So Prakasam district is our entire compressed biogas ecosystem that's getting built up. So this notion that capital alone or bringing capital will develop an area, then every district should become a capital. No, that doesn't work. You have to have a very systematic approach. And Andhra Pradesh today, if you look at it, out of the 100 rupees that's getting invested in India, they are now attracting 25.3 rupees. And all this is going to different parts of Andhra Pradesh, to the most backward region, to Visakhapatnam. So the entire IT ecosystem is Visakhapatnam. So if you look at Cognizant is doing an office there. So we have already started on a journey. We've done this experiment and we've proved it in between 14 and 19. It got stopped in between. And again, after this government came into power in 2024, we restarted it. And now we're able to deliver. We're able to showcase results.
There's one question about, continuously confusion about the deadline. However, you were saying 2 years from now.
Yep.
So first of all, phase one, by when you will complete it? What is the total budget that you think that state government and the center will have to put in to bring up that phase one infrastructure? And what sort of total money you have gotten from the center besides the World Bank and ADB loans which has been assured?
Yep.
So please speak on it.
No, so if you look at it, this is a self-financing project. I'd like to make this very clear. For every acre of land we get, 1/3 of the developed land goes back to the farmer, either in residential or commercial plots, okay, depending on the area that they give. This 1/3 goes into the infrastructure development, trunk roads, parks, and so on and so forth. Then the other 1/3 is left to the government to either use for its requirement or monetize it. So we have land earmarked for monetization, which will unlock at the appropriate time, which will enable us to take the entire project forward. So this is a self-financing project, and that's been our focus from day one. Yes, we have received now close to 18,000 crores from Government of India through various forms, which, as you said, are guaranteed by Government of India. And we are using that to sort of expedite our entire project. No. Now, after NDA has come into power, 2024 ke baad. So it's 18,000 crores. So. And we will use that effectively. We have already, the entire projects have been tendered out, and we will complete all these in 2 years. Those we will finish it.
Total money needed?
Phase 1 is about 50,000 crores, close to 50,000.
What will happen to the
resources to complete the projects by the time you are envisaging? Because from 2014 onwards, inflation has doubled. There are several challenges in infrastructure. So another complaint from some of the states is that the center is not giving adequate support to their development projects, infrastructure projects. BJP as a regional party has been a votary of federal rights. So in this particular aspect, what is your take? Is the central government adequately supporting In the coming years, do we have adequate resources to meet the target?
So support is in two forms. One is direct fund allocation. Second is in terms of framework enabling private sector investments to happen in the region. In some states, they are more focused on trying to get direct grants. Yes, Andhra Pradesh also, as per the Bifurcation Act, we are to get certain financial grants. That in due process is happening. But what we are equally excited about is Government of India's support for us to attract investments to the state of Andhra Pradesh. So I'll give an example of it. ArcelorMittal steel project, right? So there were 2-3 specific asks where Government of India intervention was required. And under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister and our Honorable Chief Minister, we actually got it done. So a project of that scale, that magnitude, 17 plus million metric tons per annum capacity, we were able to get environmental clearance, the whole 9 yards, grounded in 18 months. Same thing with our entire Google data city that we're building out. So we championed certain changes like permanent establishment, so on and so forth, so that India can be the hub for data center capacity for the world. So that's where Andhra gained. So I look at it from two prongs. One is, of course, there will be grants that we would like to get, and every state would like to get more. No second thoughts about it. But parallelly, what is equally important is the support that we are getting in building the entire private ecosystem. So if you look at it, Amravati, we've received funds. Polavaram, being a national project, has received the grants. We're going to finish Polavaram this term. No second thoughts about it. Then, we got Google, we were able to clinch Google, ArcelorMittal. We have 760 such projects at a large and mega scale that we're tracking real time. And which once we get, and we'll ground them this year. And that itself will catapult Andhra Pradesh and the entire economic engine, which was otherwise stalled by the previous administration.
The Finance Commission report has been submitted, and so in the Finance Commission process, haven't made any special.
So I don't have any special access to the report, so I have not read the report. So on a report that I have not read, I can't offer my comments.
Okay, sir, I have one last question. So what will be the fate of other executive capitals like Visakhapatnam? How do you transition to bring it back to Amravati?
It never went anywhere. So the sad part was the former Chief Minister brought in a bill for 3 capitals, and he himself took back the bill, and then ended up confusing himself and the entire state and the country. Because the court said you cannot move, you have to be here, because there's a sovereign agreement between the state and the farmers. So he was unable to move anything. But what has happened is 5 years of time got wasted. So as your colleague just said, costs have increased. It's always cheaper to build any road today than tomorrow. So that was the challenge. So we are very firm on Amravati. We're getting all the projects are getting executed at the pace that probably India has never seen. And I would urge all our friends here to come visit us once every 3 months. You will be amazed to see. So for the colleague,
Last time we went there, I think from there also we visited Amravati, was at High Court and all, were at the very final stage of construction.
So you should come again once every 3 months and see it. For the senior journalists here, you have seen Hyderabad, who have seen Hyderabad. And when you'd visit once in 3 months or 6 months, back between 94 and 2004, you would see Hyderabad transforming every 3 months. Similar magic is happening, but at a very different scale in Amravati, in Visakhapatnam, in Rayalaseema. So, a few of your colleagues have seen the projects that are coming up in Rayalaseema, in various ecosystems, and it's just transformative.
So I have visited Amravati last year, and like your urban development minister as well. So a lot of these meetings were happening at Vijayawada. So I have 3 questions particularly. First off, you've set the timeline for 2 years in terms of the development, especially the blueprints for the legislative and the secretariat look amazing. So how do we go about in terms of 2 years making Amravati a capital city in competition with Hyderabad or any other metro city A, that why would someone want to move to Amravati? What would be the incentive, especially in terms of employment? Second, you've spoken of it as the quantum valley. What is this? How are we looking at making Amravati a quantum valley? And third, since it is on the banks of the river Krishna, is there a Krishna conservation plan in mind?
No, to your first question, if you look at it, we don't look at Amravati merely as a, judicial or, an executive or legislative capital alone. We look at Amravati being the economic engine that will drive Andhra Pradesh. That's been our approach. So if you look at it, even between 14 and 19, our Chief Minister, Mr. Naidu, ended up getting SRM, VET and few other education institutions because they play a very important role in building the ecosystem. Then we now got hospitals, we got hotels coming in. Then we got the entire quantum ecosystem that's getting built out. And quantum is the next phase of computing. That we are...
It takes a lot of energy as well.
Oh, energy is plenty in Andhra Pradesh. Because we are big on renewables, solar, wind, pump storage projects, we have tons of energy. And data centers take a lot more energy. And again, this is at the beginning of the technology curve, right? So as technology matures, energy efficiency is coming in. And we are seeing new next generation chips which are consuming a lot less energy than their predecessors. So it's an evolution process. But then as a state, we are betting on certain sectors, and those sectors in certain zones. So quantum coming to Amravati, next generation manufacturing coming to Amravati. And that has been the focus. And no second thoughts about it. And we see Amravati being an economic engine, one of the economic engines of Andhra Pradesh. So if you look at it, we have three economic engines. One is the Visakhapatnam economic region, which is your northern Andhra. Your central Andhra is called Amravati economic region, and your southern Andhra is called Tirupati economic region. There are three economic regions with three clear blueprints with specific sectors as focus. Now I can talk about it all day because I'm the chair of creating 2 million jobs. So it's a huge project that we're doing which requires a lot of planning in terms of social ecosystem, education, manufacturing, testing, so on and so forth. And we're building this ecosystem through and through the entire state. So we are doing something that I believe that India has not seen. So imagine we are building a glass city which is going to be a world-class manufacturer of just glass, which only two places in the world. One is Germany, which is known for it, and the other one is China. And we are attempting it. From mine to glass, because we have silica resources also. So that has been our approach. So we see this as an economic, one of the economic regions. As far as River Krishna is concerned, of course we're going to protect. No second thoughts about it. We are going to follow all the regulations that are laid forward in spirit, and we will protect River Krishna.
Sir, you please start in this.
I think Nidhi has the last question. No, one second. One second.
You said that you acquired land and you'll be completing the city in the next 3 years.
Yes.
So why is there a second batch of acquisition that is taking place? And are you worried about the farmers' protests?
Absolutely not. There are no protests. There are no protests. We are not acquiring. We are doing land pooling because we also want to build an airport. We want to build a sports city. So therefore, we will require further land.
How much land? So
That is about close to 9,000 acres. It is not what YCP claims, which is 30-odd thousand acres. It is not that. So it's quite clear.
So already right now, Amravati phase 1, if I can just say, that is about 54,000.
No, 35,000 acres of land has been pooled from farmers. There are pockets of forest land and so on and so forth. So while opposition adds all that and creates a larger number, the matter of fact remains is 35,000 acres have been pooled from the farmers. And next phase we are doing is about 10,000 odd acres. That's it.
And that's only for the airport.
Airport, the sports city. And there are no protests in Andhra Pradesh. See, this government is a democratic government. Anyone has an opinion, they can come sit with the government across the table like how we are sitting and we are willing to have a conversation. There are no 144 section, there are no house arrests in India. That is all the relics of YCP. So they are known for house arrests, they are known for cutting down trees on the roads when the chief minister goes, and they put screens, pardas, while he's traveling. Our chief minister does not do it, our deputy chief minister does not do that. Yeah.
So last question about the tendering process.
Yes.
Last time there was a Swiss model adopted by the DTP government. Will that continue? I'm not updated for that.
We have completed all our tenderings. The tenders are all completed. It's done in a very transparent manner. They've been awarded to companies with robust track record because one, we have to deliver it on time. Two, and most important thing is deliver the quality, because whatever we build should last for a few centuries. So already the process is done. But we are not doing the I don't know what's the right word. The erstwhile administration has done, things like reverse tendering and all that, just ended up wasting time, and in the whole process we ended up spending more money. So Polavaram is a great example of it. Like they did reverse tendering, and then there was a flood. It got hit, damaged, and we ended up now costing us now close to 6,000 crores of more money to be spent. It's the most ridiculous decisions that were taken by the previous administration. Start. Yeah, I'll start in Telugu. Okay. Switching around. మీడియా మిత్రులందరికీ నా నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు చరిత్రలో నిలబడే రోజు. ఈరోజు ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రంలో 5 కోట్ల ఆంధ్రులు గెలిచిన రోజు, అమరావతి రైతులు గెలిచిన రోజు, అమరావతిలో ఉన్న మహిళలు గెలిచిన రోజు. మీ అందరికి తెలుసు, ఆంధ్రులు అనేక ఇబ్బందులు ఎదుర్కొన్నారు. ముందల మనందరం మెడ్రాస్ స్టేట్లో మెడ్రాస్ రాజధానిగా ఉన్నాం. దాని తర్వాత పొట్టి శ్రీరాములు గారు చేసిన 58 రోజుల దీక్ష ప్రాణత్యాగం వల్ల భాష ప్రయుక్త రాష్ట్రాలు ఏర్పడినాయి. దాంట్లో ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రం ఏర్పడింది, కర్నూలు రాజధానిగా ఏర్పడటం జరిగింది. 3 సంవత్సరాల తర్వాత ఒక ఒప్పందం వల్ల తెలంగాణని ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రాన్ని మళ్ళీ కలిపి హైదరాబాద్ రాజధానిగా చేసుకుంటాం జరిగింది. 58 సంవత్సరాలు కష్టపడి చెమటోర్చి అటు తెలంగాణ ప్రజలు ఇటు ఆంధ్ర ప్రజలు కలిసికట్టుగా హైదరాబాద్ను అభివృద్ధి చేసుకుంటే ఒక చీకటి రోజు పార్లమెంట్లో ఎలాంటి చర్చ జరగకుండా టీవీలు కట్టేసి తలుపులు వేసి ఆ రోజు ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రాన్ని విభజిస్తాం జరిగింది. ఆనాడు చాలా స్పష్టంగా గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు ఆనాడు ప్రతిపక్ష నేతగా ఉన్నప్పుడు 2 ప్రాంతాలకి మీరు న్యాయం చేయాలి, న్యాయం చేసి ముందరికెళ్ళండి, లేదంటే విభజన వల్ల ఒక ప్రాంతానికి అడ్వాంటేజ్ వచ్చినా ఇంకో ప్రాంతం చాలా తీవ్రంగా నష్టపోతుందని చెప్తాం జరిగింది. అయినా కూడా వినకుండా ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రాన్ని విభజిస్తాం జరిగింది. నేను పుట్టి పెరిగింది తెలంగాణలో, నాకు హైదరాబాద్లో ఉన్న ప్రతి గల్లీ తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు. కానీ ఆ రోజు నాకు కలిగింది ఏంటంటే కట్టుబట్టలతో మెడబట్టి బయటికి గెంటేశారు. నాకు బాధ, ఆవేదన వచ్చి రాజధాని ఎక్కడ పెట్టాలో తెలియదు. కూర్చున్నాక ఒక సెక్రటేరియట్లో మన సెక్రటరీలు కూర్చున్నాక ప్లేస్ లేదు, అసెంబ్లీ సమావేశాలు వేసుకున్నాక ప్లేస్ లేదు, హైకోర్టు లేదు. 10 సంవత్సరాలు హైదరాబాద్ మీ రాజధాని, దాని తర్వాత మీరు దారి మీరు ఎత్తుక్కోండి అని సింపుల్గా చెప్పేశాను. విభజన ఎంత దారుణంగా జరిగిందంటే షెడ్యూల్ 9, షెడ్యూల్ 10 సంస్థలు ఇప్పటికీ అటు తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రం కానివ్వండి ఇటు ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రం తేల్చుకునే పరిస్థితి లేకుండా పోయింది. అంటే అశాస్త్రీయంగా జరిగిన విభజన వల్ల ఆ ఇబ్బందులు ఇప్పుడు కూడా తెలుగు ప్రజలు ఎదుర్కొంటున్నారు. మీ అందరు తెలుసు, ఆనాడు హైదరాబాద్లో ఉన్న శాసనసభలో ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ మన అసెంబ్లీ మీటింగ్ జరిగింది. దాంట్లో చాలా స్పష్టంగా గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు అటు ఉత్తరాంధ్రకి ఇటు రాయలసీమకి సమదూరంగా రాజధాని ఉండాలి, ఆ రాజధాని అమరావతి అని ఆనాడు ఆయన ప్రకటించారు. అది ప్రకటించేటప్పుడు చాలా స్పష్టంగా అభివృద్ధి వికేంద్రీకరణ మేము చేసి చూపిస్తామని కూడా చెప్తాం జరిగింది. దాంట్లో భాగంగా రైతులు ముందరకు వచ్చారు. గౌరవ ప్రధానమంత్రి గారు స్వయంగా వచ్చి అమరావతి పనులకు శంకుస్థాపన చేస్తాం జరిగింది. ఆనాడు రైతులకున్న భరోసా ఏంటంటే తెలుగుదేశం పార్టీ, భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ, జనసేన పార్టీ, చివరికి వైఎస్ఆర్సీపీ కూడా అమరావతికి సంపూర్ణ మద్దతు తెలిపారు. అందుకే మేము మా భూమిలో 5 కోట్ల ఆంధ్రుల రాజధాని కోసం ఇస్తున్నామని చాలా స్పష్టంగా వాళ్ళు తెలియజేస్తాం జరిగింది. కానీ బాధాకరమైన విషయం ఏంటంటే 2019 ఎన్నికల ముందర మేము చాలా స్పష్టంగా ప్రజలు చెప్పాం, పొరపాటున ప్రభుత్వాలు మారితే అమరావతి రాజధాని ఉండదు, రాజధాని తరలిస్తారని. కానీ ఆనాటి ప్రతిపక్ష నేత, ఇప్పుడు పులివెందుల ఎమ్మెల్యే చాలా స్పష్టంగా నేను ఇక్కడనే ఇల్లు కట్టుకున్నాను, నేను రాజధాని ఎక్కడ తీసుకెళ్ళను అని ప్రజల్ని మోసం చేస్తాం జరిగింది. ఆయన అధికారంలోకి వచ్చిన తర్వాత రాజధాని పైన అనేక ఆరోపణలు చేసి 3 ముక్కల ఆటకి ఆయన మొదలుపెట్టారు. ఆ రోజు శాసనసభలో మా శాసనసభ్యులు పోరాడారు. కౌన్సిల్లో మాకు మెజారిటీ ఉంది. ఆ రోజు మేము కౌన్సిల్ సాక్షిగా మేమందరం పోరాడాం. నేను ఆ రోజు ఎమ్మెల్సీని. బిల్ని సెలెక్ట్ కమిటీకి పంపిస్తే కూడా, సభ్యులందరూ సెలెక్ట్ కమిటీకి పంపిస్తే కూడా అప్పుడున్న లెజిస్లేటివ్ అఫైర్స్ మినిస్టర్ చైర్మన్ గారి సంతకం లేకుండా సింపుల్గా బిల్ పాస్ అయిందని చెప్పి తీసుకెళ్లి గవర్నర్ గారు ఎస్ఎన్టీకి పంపించారు. అది తెలుసో తెలియకనో ఇప్పుడు కూడా నాకు తెలియదు, గవర్నర్ గారు ఆ రోజు పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చారు. అది మేము లీగల్గా ఛాలెంజ్ చేసాం. అప్పుడు కోర్టు మీరు తప్పు చేశారు అని అక్షంతలు వేస్తాం కూడా జరిగింది. కానీ ఆ రోజు నుంచి ప్రజా రాజధాని కోసం ఒక ఉద్యమం మొదలైంది. పెద్ద ఎత్తున రైతులు, ప్రత్యేకంగా మహిళలు, ఎప్పుడు ఇంటి గడప దాటిన మహిళలు పెద్ద ఎత్తున రోడ్డు పైకి వచ్చి 5 కోట్ల ఆంధ్రుల కోసం పెద్ద ఎత్తున ఆనాడు పోరాడినందుకు వాళ్ళు అన్ని రకాలుగా అవమానించారు, వాళ్ళపైన దాడి చేశారు, లాఠీలతో కొట్టారు, కంచెబెట్టారు. శాంతి